Hi, this is Matt Renfro, and welcome to my professional e-portfolio. I'd like to start off by saying my portfolio, before I had a chance to review my peer feedback and before I had a chance to review what my peers' e-portfolios looked like, my e-portfolio was very bland, very basic, and needed some work. I lacked color, I lacked images, my formatting wasn't very engaging, and so based on my peer feedback and based on what I observed from others' e-portfolios, I attempted to make my portfolio a little more engaging and presentable, and I will speak more to that as we go through it. But as you can see here, I went ahead and added a blue background, blue font. This is a running theme throughout my portfolio. Again, before I had feedback, this was not present, and I went ahead and added an image here speaking to what an e-portfolio might include. If you click on my candidate info at the top, you will see me, and you will get a background information about me as well as my goal statement. You'll see why I decided to pursue a degree in instructional technology, the biggest challenges I face as an instructor, and what I hope to achieve in the future. Under candidate info, if you click on technology philosophy, you will see what I believe technology is in the classroom and why I believe it is important. You click down into that, onto my resume. Now again, before I had feedback and a chance to look at what others had done, my resume page simply had a link. It was just a URL link, the Google Doc, to my resume. I found that this was a nicer format and to actually embed the document here. And so people viewing it can just open it up and take a look. I tried to keep my resume as terse as possible, very straightforward. I did not add all of my attributes and skills. I tried to keep this as concise as I could, so as the readability for my employers would be maximized. Under activity evidence, if you click on my professional development plan, again, you will get an embedded version of that. And once again, before I had a chance to receive feedback, this was simply a long, nasty URL link. And now I think this is a much nicer way to do it. And you will click on that, and this would open up my professional development plan. Under more activity evidence, you'll find my professional face-to-face training videos. There are 3 featured here. Now, one thing I've noticed is that looking at my published site here, this paragraph is lined up with my Google Add-ons video that I did with my 10th grade English class. But you'll notice now my Nearpod description going with my video here is not lined up, and my Powtoon explanation here is not lined up with my video. I'm now going to click back to the editor version of my portfolio, and you will see when I'm editing here, everything is lined up perfectly and looks very clean. I have played around with this for quite some time, and every time I publish it, I get something like this where things are not lined up. This is definitely a challenge that I have not quite figured out yet, and I'm hoping to get some feedback as to why this is happening and how I can fix it. But until then, you will see that I did a Google Add-ons lesson with my classroom, Nearpod activity with my classroom, and then I ran a small PLC workshop with my English department, instructing them how they could possibly use Powtoon in the classroom. Under more activity evidence, you'll find my professional presentations. Again, in the editor version, these are all lined up nice and clean, and in this version, they are not. This one is a Google Slides about how students and teachers can access their GAF account. We've got one here about Mastery Connect, which is a digital tool that my district is using, and then I have a Powtoon video here that I created as well. Under article summaries, again, same issue happening where these are not lined up with the articles. However, I will say that the articles that I explored and researched drove my professional development plan. This article focuses on implementing technology in the curriculum early on for students to help acclimate them for the future. This article relates to technology integration as far as the professional development cycle goes, helping to understand how professional development should look with technology and how that should be approached with teachers. And then the third one really focuses on mindset and how teachers should be viewing technology with younger generations. And again, these 3 articles drove my professional development plan. Under the extra resources tab, I kept the blue font, but I wanted to change it up a little bit without losing the overall theme. And so I felt that this was a little bit cleaner viewing than the other ones. I wanted not everything to be exactly the same. And so instead of putting and embedding a video here for my Google account for education or my slide presentation or whatever it be, all of these are very different. I just made them hyperlinks. So if you click on this, it will go directly to what I am talking about here. And I wanted to change things up a little bit there. And so that's how I did that. I've got resources for students. I've got resources for teachers. And then I have a couple resources for both teachers and students. Of these 9 extra resources, I created all of them except for one. And that is a video that I found that helps explain to students why I prefer using Google Docs over Microsoft Word. I feel that it reaches them better than the ways that I have been trying to explain it to them in the past. Under my reports, you'll find my peer review forms. There are 2 of them. One was by Chris Dobberton, my peer who I have been working closely with in this process. He has helped me tremendously. His feedback was invaluable, and his e-portfolio really helped me. And the other one is by my peer review, is by a colleague of mine. And then under reflection, if you click on reflection, you will see my transparency reflection here, again, as a full document that you can open up. And I will be posting this video at the bottom of this page. Thank you for listening. That is my professional e-portfolio.